Hi, welcome to Fit Fed Feeling Good. I am Meg, your host, and this is the podcast where we talk all things fitness, food, and feeling good. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I'm so happy to have you here for the conversation. Happy Wednesday. And before we get started in our little recap episode, I want to just share I made a mistake. I thought last week was the last week of 2025, but voila, we're right here. We're still in 2025. This is going to air right on December 31st. So happy New Year's Eve if you're listening to this when this releases or goes live. So thanks for joining. So I guess, mistakes happen. So thank you so much for your patience. And I appreciate you still being here with us as we enter 2025. This week, I just want to go through what Fit Fed Feeling Good has been up to in 2025 as a little recap before we jump into the new year. 2026. Wow. I still can't believe it's going to be 2026 right around the corner. If you make resolutions, I would love to hear them. If you make a goals list, I would love to hear them. I know there's so many trains of thoughts or camps that people live in on this idea. I have heard one where people say, well, I always have goals, so why would they change just because the date changes to January 1, which I can understand that. Yes, we have our goals and we'd like to continue them. And then the resolution could be, well, I make them, I don't follow through, so I don't make them any longer. But I feel that there can be maybe a nice happy medium somewhere in there where you have your goals, you continue those goals or revisit them, and then maybe a resolution can turn into a regular continued goal, but habits are hard. So I kind of live in the middle of those because, it can be a lot, but I think it's always a positive thing if you're trying to improve yourself or learn something or give yourself a little bit of a challenge. And if January 1st or the new year is just a reason to kind of revisit or edit those, why not? I mean, you could pick any date on the calendar year. Of course, that makes a ton of sense too. But this is just maybe a general day with that turnover of the clock to the last year to the new year of really taking the step to say, this is how I would like to approach my year, whether you're approaching it with a word of the year. Carrie and I have talked about that on Redesigning Health and Home. We got so many wonderful submissions for words of the year. And I know we've done this on Fit Fed Feeling Good a couple years ago. And I still think about people's submissions because they were brilliant. And I want to embrace so many words this year and live 2026 in a very positive way. You never know what the year is going to bring, but just put our best foot forward and do what you can with what life brings to you and hopefully make it a positive, happy, healthy, Fit Fed Feeling Good year. So a little recap for Fit Fed Feeling Good. The YouTube channel, I had a goal of getting to a certain number of subscribers. And actually right now, my goal for the year, it actually doubled. So I was so excited about that because that goal, for sure, big, large, bold check mark for that. And I was really happy about that. I know that I discussed that I was going to write physical birthday cards for people this year. That did not happen. And going forward, I am revising that goal because I do want to do that. So that's one thing about making these goals or resolutions where maybe it just needs to be tweaked to make it happen. So I am tweaking that one. And I'm going to announce that once I have that to pen to paper, because, Carrie and I are going to do our goals episode coming up, and that's going to be released Friday, where this will be released on Wednesday. So hopefully you'll get a little bit of me on both of those and you'll hear my whole goals list. But this is just a recap of 2025, what has happened. I did make a physical move for my family. We moved from Washington State to now living in Tennessee. That's been going well. And then the grocery shopping, we had a goal of going to the grocery shop once. Going to the grocery shop. Oh, I like the way that sounds, but I wanted to say going to the grocery store once a week, and that actually has happened. So doing well on that. I think my consumption of my grocery list has expanded, so I have a little bit more of a buffer in the pantry, which is fine. I think that's working well. I don't have an over amount, except maybe for my coffee. I do enjoy a couple cups of coffee each day. And I don't have a plan to change that. I am enjoying my coffee. And then for 2025, just the biggest recap obviously was the physical move, and it went well. And I'm enjoying it. It's so beautiful. Today I was driving to do my grocery shopping. It is Tuesday, but I will preface this. Usually we do the grocery shopping on the weekend, but I went solo today because we were traveling for the holidays. We just got back to the house late last night. The fridge was literally bare. So I needed to go today. I couldn't wait till Saturday. So a little off schedule with that, but I pulled over on my way because we're, in the country off some curvy back roads. And there was a beautiful field ranch of cattle, cows, and baby cows. I think it must be breeding season or something because there were all these little baby cows running around. And the temperature is a little cool. So you could see the breath coming out of their nose and mouth. So it just was such a pretty, peaceful photo. So I took a small video. So I pulled over, and it was funny because one of the larger adult cows started walking towards the car, and I had my window down so I could get a good video, and she was just so beautiful, so fluffy and furry. Side note, a long, long time ago on my bucket list was to kind of snuggle with a cow. That sounds kind of strange, but just pet a cow because they look so fluffy and furry. I have no idea. Maybe, I don't think they're mean. I don't know. Maybe you could let me know. But where am I even going with this? Oh, so I did my grocery shopping today on a Tuesday because of the travel for holiday. And I realized that I made that mistake that I said this week was the last week of 2025, and it actually is coming up. So thanks for bearing with me. But I just wanted to say thank you to all your support for Fit Fed Feeling Good. My socials have not been that active. So going into 2026, I definitely want to be a little more active. I want to give myself maybe not every day, but a couple days a week to definitely post on Instagram or Facebook. So if you're not following along, please go on over to YouTube for the Fit Fed Feeling Good YouTube page, Instagram and Facebook. I would love to have you subscribe over there or follow along for some fun. I mean, I try to just make it a positive page over there just to get some movement, or sometimes I'll make a fun recipe, or that's been a while too. So I definitely need to get back to that. So you'll listen to that and hear more about that on Redesigning Health and Home. But Fit Fed Feeling Good has been a really good year. I feel good where it's going, and I feel it's growing, and that's all due to you. So thank you so much. You are amazing. You are wonderful. Have a wonderful New Year's Eve. Be safe out there. If you're doing anything outside of the home or even inside, if you're snuggling, just enjoy your night. I saw a cute sign in a little small town we were near, it said Noon Year's Eve, Noon, New Year's Eve. And that was cute. I think it was for the kids. They were going to do a ball drop at noon at the city hall. And I thought that was a really cute idea. So whether you're going to celebrate the new year at midnight or at noon, whatever it is for you, I hope you have a Fit, Fed, Feeling Good day. And whatever 2026 brings you, I hope you just put your best foot forward and know that I'm cheering you on. And just you all take care. Thanks so much. Thank you for listening to Fit, Fed, Feeling Good. This is for entertainment purposes only. I am not a doctor nor a counselor. If you need any of those services, please reach out to a professional.